What's going on, Colts Nation? Welcome back to another episode of Bring the Juice. Guys, quick video here on training camp today. It was kind of one of the shortest days that they've had so far. It's obviously 2 days before the first preseason game, so today's practice was just a little bit lighter than what you normally would expect, but still some more things to talk about, especially from the media availabilities afterwards. We'll get into that here at the very end. But we'll go ahead and hop into a few things here. Big takeaways. Another strong day from rookie tight end Drew Ogletree. Has been making a play or two every single day, been consistent. So that's great to see. We want to see him, especially on Saturday. A great afternoon for Paris Campbell, made two 20-plus yard catches in 11 on 11. Jelani Woods with another drop in teamwork, so his struggles continue. Isaiah Rodgers and Gilmore with great pass deflections on Pittman earlier. Gilmore continuing to impress. Two undrafted rookies actually made some interceptions today in 7-on-7 and other teamwork as well. And that was JoJo Domain and Sterling Weatherford, which was really awesome. JoJo especially is the name that everyone's thinking that we need to keep an eye out for on Saturday, because we mentioned it in our video earlier today that we're looking for him to make an impact. You know, we think he could potentially round out the last bit of this roster. Couple things just said from media availability today, a couple sound bites that you guys can let us know in the comments what your thinking is on these two topics. But the preseason plan was kind of laid out by Frank Reich today. Said the players start a little, they'll play the starters a little bit in week 1 and then week 2 versus Detroit. But then they said they'll treat the number 3 game versus Tampa Bay as the dress rehearsal. So expect Matt Ryan and the starters to play up to a half in that one. Again, people will have their opinions on whether or not they think that that is a good idea to have the starters playing a lot in the full game or in even a half. And there have been people that have been saying the starters should not be playing at all in regards to this. I've been of the understanding that a few starters definitely should be playing a few downs every once in a while in these preseason games to kind of get their feeling down for the game. But you guys let me know in the comments what you think of that game plan for the starters to play mainly about a quarter in the first game and second game, and maybe up to a half in the third game. And then Quentin Nelson was asked a little bit today about some topics, one of those being about a hopeful contract extension, and ended his talks with saying, respectfully, I'm not answering any questions about my contract. Somebody asked him about, his idea of being here long term for a contract extension and whatnot. Quentin Nelson has been, he's been very adamant from the get-go that he's not going to talk with anyone about contract extensions. He's leaving it up to, his agent and doing it off the field sort of stuff. He knows he's going to be up for one of the bigger offensive lineman contracts in the history of the NFL. So Quentin Nelson obviously knows and understands that, but he says right now I'm really just focusing on, my play right now, and that contract extension stuff will work itself out when we get to it. So I know some people who will take these comments and say, oh, Quentin may just, not be feeling what Ballard's bringing, or maybe just doesn't want to keep coming back here for the rest of his career. But I think it has just more to do with the fact that he just wants to be strictly about business. He wants to play football, and he's going to let, his group deal with the contract stuff, and he'll have some input on that, but he's not going to deal with that right now because he's still under contract. So he says we'll deal with it when we get to it, which I respect about Big Q. Doesn't really take a lot of nonsense. They even asked him, does he for the preseason, does he want to play for a few snaps, or would rather rest? And he's like, what kind of question is that? I want to play. So he yeah, he definitely is no nonsense. He wants to play at every single situation that he can. So that was it pretty much for today, guys. Again, some undrafted free agents at the linebacker position balling out. Paris Campbell, Drew Ogletree having another great day. So again, we will see more of this on Saturday. No more practices this week until the big game. So this is going to be the last training camp video we'll have for this week. But let me know what you guys thought of all this. Just a really short video. But thank you guys again so much for the continued support. And as always, guys, go Colts.